Well, despite her promise just a few months ago to New York voters that she wouldn't, Senator Kirsten Gillibrand is now running for president. She kicked off her campaign today about 4.5 hours down the thruway in Troy, New York. Channel 2's Michael Wooten shows us how her decision will likely impact the work that she's able to do for you, her constituents.
Clerk will call the roll.
As the U.S. Senate decided to proceed on a Russian sanctions resolution,
Mrs. Gillibrand.
Our junior senator missed the vote. Kirsten Gillibrand was instead in New York City, recording an episode of The Late Show and making a big announcement.
I'm filing an exploratory committee for President of the United States.
Now that she's in the race, history tells us she'll likely miss more of those votes. In the first half of 2016, as Bernie Sanders was running in the Democratic primary, he missed 89% of the votes in the Senate, instead spending time in places like Iowa, where Gillibrand will campaign this coming weekend. Sanders will likely join Gillibrand and run again, but there's a key difference. He was honest with voters when seeking re-election.
If you're asking me to make an absolute pledge as to whether I'll be running for president or not, I'm not going to make that pledge.
Gillibrand, on the other hand, said this just before voters gave her 6 more years in office.
Just want to make this clear. You're saying you will not get out of the race and you will not run for president. You will serve your 6 years.
I will serve my 6th-year term.
Okay.
It's clear Gillibrand has gone back on her word. At her campaign kickoff event today near Albany, she tried to explain the change.
I believe the urgency of this moment now is we have to take on President Trump and what he is doing. I believe he is literally ripping apart the fabric of this country, the moral fabric, and you've got to restore that decency and our leadership in the world. And so that's why I feel so called right now to take on that battle.
But she undoubtedly felt that way before making that pledge during the debate. Now New Yorkers who re-elected her thinking she would focus on representing them will likely take a back seat to her presidential ambitions.
The Erie County Republican Party chairman put out a blistering statement today calling Gillibrand a do-nothing senator and calling her a liar for going back on that pledge. As for the local Democrats, the Erie County chairman of that party isn't ready to back Gillibrand, even though she's our home state senator. He'll explain that decision tonight at 11 o'clock. And also think about this. In addition to Gillibrand spending so much time now outside the state campaigning, you also have Chris Collins, who can't serve on committees due to his federal indictment. So you could argue 2 of our federal lawmakers are going to have a pretty tough time properly serving this region in Washington. Reporting live, Michael Wooten, Channel 2 News.